Scientists have just created a robot with a real brain. No, I'm not talking about some advanced algorithm or a super smart silicon chip. I mean actual living human brain cells, grown in a lab, and slapped onto a microchip. We've officially entered the realm of science fiction, and honestly, it's a little terrifying. Brain on a chip. You may have heard of AI before, be it algorithms, machine learning, or code-following robots. But this new development's impact is altogether unique. Scientists usually use silicon chips and software. However, they seem to have gone a different route. They cultured living brain cells in a laboratory. And if that's not wild enough, they attached the living brain cells to a tiny chip and referred to it as a brain on a chip. This is beyond cutting edge. It's borderline dystopian. These robots are not just anything like smart speakers or your phone's assistant that are programmed. It learns, adapts, and evolves almost like a living, breathing organism. This is not artificial intelligence anymore, but biological intelligence. The robot is not merely executing a procedure as it has been programmed, but waits, thinks, and adapts to the environment it has been placed in. Behind the magic now, this is the bit where things get even more interesting. It all starts with stem cells. These are the sorts of cells that could grow into new brain cells. Scientists took these cells and said, "We have a new job. Today you will become brain cells." And the cells? They obliged. Once these cells morphed into neurons, the researchers grew them into complex networks, similar to what you'd find in an actual human brain. Then, and this most certainly left sci-fi authors all over the world choking in envy, they grafted these neural networks onto a purpose-built microchip. Boom! In an instant, a robot with a partially biological mind was developed. Why should we bother? Okay, so maybe you're thinking, cool, but why does this matter to me? First of all, the majority of AI systems we communicate with today are quite primitive on most accounts. It's clever, no doubt about it, but has preconceived limitations and is dumb in the sense that it only knows what it was taught. So your AI assistant can predict the day's weather, but it cannot comprehend the reasoning behind using an umbrella when it is pouring rain outside. All this is based on computer-generated algorithms that have been encoded. But thanks to this technology, robots could be taught as human beings in real time. This means they would be able to adjust to new surroundings, troubleshoot problems instantly, and come up with original means of overcoming challenges they have never met before. And it doesn't end there either. This development could change how we view the human brain for good. Scientists might create new approaches to fighting Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's and other ailments simply through studying these lab-created neural networks. Imagine if we could use this tech to repair damaged brain cells in people or even create personalized treatments for neurological disorders. The dark type. However, every breakthrough comes with its shadows, and with every new invention follows a multitude of questions. This technology, as great as it may be, nevertheless also raises ethical concerns in other areas. Do you know how far it would be acceptable to go with a robot that has been wired with a live brain? What does it even mean to be alive? How does it feel to be conscious? These are not just philosophical questions in the 21st century. These situations are real life, and many people are already living them. There are, of course, those who have started to panic, believing that an apocalypse resembling Skynet's nightmare is near. But that is a cliché. We're still quite inexperienced in this regard. It is not about making robots that rule over us. It is about advancing the frontiers of technological capabilities. Still, it raises serious concerns. If a robot can think and learn like a human, should it have rights? Could it feel pain or emotions? And what happens if these robots start making decisions that humans can't predict or control? These are the kinds of questions we'll need to grapple with as this technology continues to evolve. World of pure AI currently. China is doing its best to combine biology with a technological entity. Other companies have come up with alternate strategies. Here comes Skilled AI, a startup company whose investors include no other than Jeff Bezos as well as SoftBank. These guys are investing $300 million into the creation of an artificial brain fully from scratch. They are not utilizing living cells, rather, they are working on a schema of building a general-purpose AI brain, which could be installed in any robot. The idea? Better robots should be made that do not require constant reprogramming for every simple task. Instead of being programmed for special tasks only, these machines would be able to perform any task, be it tough, progressive industrial operations or easy household chores, due to their very flexible AI brains. Skilled AI is focusing on what they refer to as the third possibility, artificial general intelligence. Basically, AI that has the potential to think and reason to the extent that humans can. It's an equally ambitious goal, which is of a different kind. And this could mean robots that can do everything from assembling cars to cooking your dinner without needing any separate software for each job. And all of this could mean joining their deep pockets together to become the profit makers. If you are liking the video so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Warbots. Continuing with the theme of robots having various roles, let's move over to what's going on in India. Zen Technologies, along with AI Turing Technologies, has just introduced a four-legged robot called Prahasta that looks like something that would be in an action movie. And it's not just a movie prop, it is intended to go into battle. Imagine a robot dog, but instead of playing fetch, it's packing an assault rifle. Yeah, this isn't your friendly Boston Dynamics parkour bot. Prahasta is built for defense and reconnaissance missions. It uses LiDAR, like radar but with lasers, to map its surroundings and navigate tough terrains. It can even carry a fully grown adult. Talk about your ultimate rescue bot. Now the biggest shocker? If the robot gets knocked down, it can pop itself up again thanks to a function they are calling auto-resurrection. But these amazing features didn't end there, as Zen Technologies didn't stop there, and additionally created a mid-sized, remotely operated weapon station for land and water. New technologies are about to change the way the war is fought forever, and robots will not be a novelty on the battlefield. The ethical minefield. But with great power comes, well, a whole lot of responsibility. Armed robots like Prahasta bring up some heavy ethical issues. How much autonomy should we give to machines that are capable of lethal force? Who's accountable if a robot makes a mistake in the heat of battle? And what happens when these machines become so advanced that they start making life or death decisions on their own? These aren't easy questions, and there's no clear answer yet. But as these questions continue into existence, and robots continue to be incorporated in more and more aspects of warfare, it will be a matter of time before society is forced into these conversations. The bigger picture, where are we headed? On the one hand, we are looking at a future where robots will be capable of doing much more in changing fields such as healthcare or warfare. On the other hand, we are stepping into boundaries where the understanding of artificial and biological intelligence may not be clear. It's exciting, it's terrifying, and it's inevitable. It is in the very nature of development to move from our secure phase to deal with the new circumstances and new concepts. And we are not only speaking about scientific progress, we mean everything that is about possibly changing the definition of a human. What do you think? Are you excited about these advancements, or does it all feel a bit too much? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And make sure to like the video. Thanks for watching.